Great, wonderful viewers. This is Mission. I'm Mr. Like Sylvester. I'm here with a very short video, and on this video, we're having a description and slides prepared only as a copy of what you need to know about hailing the light and the scripture of the Holy Scripture that actually talks about hailing the light. So that knowing very well and hearing that hailing the light is only meant for the Lord Almighty, the Creator, and the Holy Scriptures. That is where they have the lighting. So talking about lighting or light or hailing the light is the Lord Himself that made it all true from that time until this generation. There hasn't been anything new. The same thing that delivered unto this day generation. And nobody can do anything about the lighting or the holy lighting or the light itself except there's a relationship with what? Spiritual and flesh communication. That is a marriage. So having a spiritual communication to the living authority of the higher ascended masters and you living on this rock and being able to communicate it in ability to form or performing it is things that make the whole work complete. Now we'll be talking about these few scriptures and we'll take one into first we'll take one into first place and why it is needful, very necessary. So going on the background where we're taking our live presentation, here it is. Now we'll take a scripture that is written or taken from 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 6, and this is what it means. And as I speak it, I also make it known to you because I keep it also in the universe and wherever you are. If you are connected, you will also find this working over there. Time is this. You wait for no man. Now, let your word be made so established if you are that truth and live in the light. Now it is. So it says for God. Now what is God? God is actually a generation of somebody's living. A generation of somebody's living. So if you have a generation where there's a God or there's a spirit that is what actually living and showing you the path or making a path for you and living unto this generation for your greatness and standing and not falling, that is a God indeed that you want to refer to, but you would even have been given a name. So for he that said he will be with you, is this that predestined also this generation? Now it says what? For God, I actually define what is God. So for the spirit of the generations, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness. So now when you see a white person or white man or anybody or anyone at all that is in a dark place but is showing you things that is within the dark place is actually the light. Now what does this mean and what has it got to do with you? Whatever it has to do with you is this that is connected to the purpose of the Lord. So whatever is connected to the purpose of the Lord is this that is light. Either it's wisdom, knowledge, or hidden truth about something. That is the light. So somebody drawing in a black community or generation, but that he is not behaving as black people, then you know he's a light among them. And these same people would not do so well to understand him because he's different. And that they would sin and call him a sinner because they see him rather to be what? Abomination into their generation. And this is what it is. So taking this scripture is so serious and we'll look at it. So hail the light of the heavens or the light of the universe is actually, this has nothing to do with someone trying to say he's wicked or that person. It is original that you hail the light. Because if it's night, you only need light to flash through and go through. To be able to see, you need a light. So if the world has been deceived in such a manner that you only have to have people preach and preach, that's nothing to do with you. The only way it is, the wisdom, what is it serving, the purpose. So it is for the spirit of the generation who commanded the light to shine out of darkness. Is this that there's a white person in West and there's also somebody in Africa here who is black. So if a black person becomes a light and showing the light onto what? Or reflecting the light from this place to US or West, it means that this person is the light now that the whole world has received. So you don't have to connect it to whatever it is in someone's business that do not have any nation building affairs. But that I continue to read, and it says, had shined in our hearts. What has quickened your heart that you get up and you begin to give life or begin to touch lives? That is what has shined through your heart. Now, to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of what? Of the generation, the spirit of the generation, in the face of what? Christ. So how are you doing it? Have you done anything in representation? Have you done anything that looks like what the same Christ who had also ascended to the heavens had said that you will believe in and doing the same thing that he had done or probably doing greater? Have you anything that has a testimony? And it is this, you don't just preach, but you have a testimony. And the testimony is living. So testimony spring about life issues from a person. As the person receiving it also from the hidden treasures of the glory of heavens, then you also giving it in physical appearance to the people. And that is how you receive it of spirit and giving us what? In flesh, like building. you have developed what, a kind of architectural, you have taken a design into consideration that you want to build anything, and now it is from the spirit within you. Now putting it on a piece of paper and now cutting out a profile of it and building physically. That is what it is, the journey. So I will take next scripture that will not delay us on this conversation because we have a lot to do right now. I don't want us to delay. Now we will take us to another scripture from John. What has John mean? So John chapter 15 verse 13 says that greater has no man than this. So there is nobody that is greater. Before you become greater or before you become anybody that is claiming to be what is highest, listen first, you must first lay yourself down. If you give yourself that chance, it's an opportunity greater that you stand. If you fail to give that, you are not greater. Let anybody that claim to have given you the best, let that person claim, but you are not the best. Because there is a condition here. The condition is that greater love has no man than this. So what is that thing he's proving to you? This. Now look at that thing. Here is that thing. That a man lay down his life for his friend. What is a friend? US is as a friend to you because generationally or by blood you are not connected to US in any way. But if you have done something by distance and it is so connected and this is working, then you can say this is a friend. And that friend would not also fail to give you what you need as a best communication, that he understands your cry. This is what it means over here. Now, if you now see that children have been given power to demonstrate things against their enemies, then don't claim they are little. There is no man little when you are giving the spirit power. Once there's a spirit power, don't call him a little one. You can underestimate his power, but what he can do is also different from what you understand. Now, there's other things that you need to understand. Quickly as I drive, my flight is so quick that I don't delay. You know there's a Virgin flight. We don't delay at all. If we delay, we go and leave you. Now, in Psalm 127 verse 4, it says that an arrow, listen very well. Psalm 127, yes, verse 4, it says that as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man. We are making a difference between two people here right now. You may see yourself as bold and as you are big with your great kind of weapons. But listen, that same weapon is given to a child. Watch out. Is it as an arrow or as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man? So are children of the youth. So you can be underestimating the strength of the youth, thinking that you are elderly. No, when it comes to this, don't bring things. Allow the Spirit to lead or rule, that you may understand what the Lord has presented before you. If not, the table from which you want to eat, you cannot battle it. Because this is a generation of spirit and spirit in reality. Now verse 5 says that happy is the man that has his giver full of them. They shall not be ashamed. So what do you think you can contest me with that? You think I don't have that, you have. But if it is life, I have it. You also have it, right? So there's nothing I should be ashamed of. Or that which I am struggling to have, maybe I will have it later, you have it now. But later when I have it, you will see that there's no shame in doing what I'm doing. Now it says again, but they shall speak with what? The enemy in the gate. So when I stand before you, whatever you are in the gate, I stand before you. And I speak whatever word you truly, just don't approve. And that's what we say, that the Lord will send his arrow to the gate or his watchman over the gate. And there's one that is also coming in a mighty arm that you cannot resist him, except you know who has sent him to you. Nowadays, I tell you, there's no man ruling than this person seated here, because I am the light myself, and nobody built it. You didn't also ask for it, you didn't pray for it. And I'm the same person that brought it. And that's why I'm so much in power, proving to you what you have not sowed. A seed you have not sowed, you cannot reap it. Now, you reaping it should give me the same reflect of what understanding of what you are now enjoying, that even you didn't sow. So in the light, when I say hail the light is already what you need. The light is the wisdom, the knowledge, and all the answers to what problems hidden. That is the light. So having light shining through the darkness, that is all you need. Let everyone be shattered in their own unclean or whatever they are that could not function in the way of leading their path. They should be quiet, because I am not under any authority of any man. A virgin is not under any authority nor law. The virgin is the law of the Lord himself. that you who have seen it, you come down and be under hot instruction given. So because without sin, there's no law. Of course, if there's any law, then it should be law that leads you to what destiny. And you can't be sinning on the path to God, a place that you claw and say it's a path that leads to what? Your father's house. You can't be sinning in your father's house. You can't be sinning in the house of the Holy One and Mighty One. That's why there's no church. You can only gather in a place or in the name of the Lord when you are all one in spirit, and that no man sins. Today you are under instruction. No man sleep with a woman. We are all doing the same. Not that you have your will. There's no will when you have the Holy Fathers. So in this very conversation, we also have one thing here. And that's what it is. So I picked this very scripture on internet as I'm talking about light. So if you think there is nothing like that, go and search so that you see that it is not spoken of also by one person. But for you to understand, I speak on it. That they shouldn't just post it over there, but I give it understanding. And here is the understanding. That in Psalm 119 verse 105, it says what? Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path. So if you carry the word of the Lord indeed in you, and it shall surely keep you out of what? Falling. Because this is none of the business of men of this day. It is a business that has to do with where you are going to be. Where we are making, or like a path we are making from Nkonya to US, a path we are making from Africa to a wave other country or other planet. That is what we say is the word. This is it. So swiftly I move with days. Somebody is going also with us. Now check somebody. In Matthew chapter 5 verse 16 says that in the same way, let your light shine. So what are you to shine? Your light. So if I in person hail my light, it means that I have a light, so I know about myself, who I am. So I hail it. I blow a horn, I blow a trumpet, that this is what I do. I got my own light. I am not under your light, so that you decide to take it out anytime you wish. But I have my own light that I control. And this is it. That you should know what the Lord has given someone. You can estimate any one of them. This is a power that is moving to the whole heavens. And the heavens are light up. So it is that in the same way, let your light shine before others. So what is the light that I carry? I'm a virgin. I want you to be a virgin too. I have a true spirit life. I want you to have life too. I have food that is manna, spiritual manna in Revelation. I can feed you spiritually right now. You'll be filled with strength, energy, food. After eating, all you need is spiritual energy that gives you what? Physical energy to carry your activity through. So if I give you that energy right now, it means that we are over great and finished with the whole work. So that it says that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And that is all you need. You don't need preaching here and there. You need works, because it is work that prove what you are saying. And let your works lead the path as a holy mighty one. So I fuel it in a star oil. Yes. Let's take one more scripture and then we go to go. Here in John chapter 1, John chapter 9 verse 5, it says that while I am in the world, I am the light of the world. So truly, as I am saying this, even if I claim to myself, when I go, I'll carry all my things away. I will still look for it, and it could become a treasure again. Because you cannot form what I am in this place. Except I give you what I am. You cannot become it. Because it's impossible to make it happen. We are living in such a world that no one has ever lived. Because we live in such a world of spirit and physicality and things in the mystery. And almost all mysteries have been revealed. Why? Because we keep exploring and making things happen. Things that your forefathers didn't use that we are using these days. So there's nothing higher than this. Thank you so much. I feel scripture that actually hail the light. Know that you are the light and you know better in your secret than the light. That the light itself is the one talking about the light. So if I come with you and I join you in any way, know that I kill nobody. So I am not worshiping your light, but my own light. I am the Sunday. I came by the night, midnight. I am the light. So what light do I need again? My own light. And that light is that which brings the intelligence. Thank you so much for listening and understanding this word. It is so much pure and pure as a virgin.